Spain isn't just the next Grand Prix. It's the moment when Formula One hits the reset button, and Ferrari knows it. With the new FIA rules banning flexi wings, the game has changed. Teams are now forced to play clean, leaving behind the tricks and hacks that once ruled qualifying. The days of flexible front wings are over. Under load, deflection is sharply reduced. Those performance cheats? Gone. But while Red Bull and McLaren scramble in silence, Ferrari makes a bold move, a brand new front wing. Nothing else. This isn't restraint, it's strategy. Fred Vasseur calls it a turning point. Translation: the SF25 was always ready for this reset. Stiff, clean, and legal. While others may struggle without their clever tricks, Ferrari's package is stepping into the spotlight. No side pods, no floor changes, just one key part that everyone relied on. Replaced? And if it works, it's proof Ferrari was never off the pace. They were simply playing the long game. Fred Vasseur didn't shout revolution. He whispered clarity. And that silence speaks louder than any press release. From Barcelona onwards, the front wing battle is on, and no one knows who will survive without the flex. That's why Ferrari made a choice others fear. Bring only the new wing. No floor, no diffuser, no distractions. Just pure aerodynamic honesty in line with the FIA's new rules. Why so cautious? Because chaos exposes the truth. Ferrari isolates one variable, turning this into a scientific experiment. Every turn, every liftoff, every corner entry becomes a data point. No noise, no interference. If it works, Ferrari exposes who depended on trickery. If it fails, they know exactly why. Meanwhile, McLaren says, no big impact from the rule change. Really? Or is it hiding panic? The paddock isn't loud, it's quietly watching. And in the silence, one thing is clear. Ferrari isn't just testing a wing, they're testing the entire field. In a season where teams are unveiling complete overhauls, Ferrari arrives in Barcelona with just one piece, the front wing. That's not hesitation, it's intention. The FIA's crackdown hit the flex zone, the silent movement that turned air into advantage, and Ferrari makes its stand by introducing only the new front wing. It's a calculated move. Isolate the effect. The SF25 becomes a lab on wheels. Every gain or loss in corner entry, braking stability, or rear grip can be traced back to that one part. No floor tweaks to mask results. No side pod experiments muddying the waters. This is Ferrari going surgical, clean data, pure truth. It's also a risk. If the wing fails to stabilize the car, there's nowhere to hide. But if it works, if balance improves, if the delta drops, if the tires last longer, then we'll know. Ferrari didn't bring an update, they brought evidence. Barcelona isn't just a racetrack, it's F1's lie detector. It has every type of corner: fast, slow, off camber, on the edge. No trick survives here. A car that's unbalanced? Exposed. A setup relying on flexible wings? Doomed. That's why Ferrari picked this moment, this place, to unleash their new front wing. No distractions, no additional updates. The SF25 is sent into the arena stripped down, but prepared. If this wing stabilizes balance and unlocks more speed, the message is clear. Ferrari was always close. They were just waiting for the smoke to clear. But here's the risk. If it doesn't work, it's a missed opportunity. No excuses. Barcelona will demand answers. The track will show them whether they're closing the gap or chasing a phantom. And still, a deeper question lingers. Is this confidence or overconfidence? Because in Spain, the stopwatch doesn't lie, and silence won't save anyone. The most brutal battles in F1 aren't fought on overtakes. They're waged in silence, in airflow, and in the balance sheets of yaw and ride height. The new front wing brings rigidity, but with it comes a chain reaction. No more aeroflex to absorb instability. Now, the suspension must work harder. The tires must stay alive longer. The setup must be flawless. Ferrari isn't chasing lap times, they're chasing trust. A car that behaves the same in turn 3 as it does in turn 12. A machine that doesn't surprise, doesn't snap. In a sport obsessed with chaos, Ferrari wants calm, but that pursuit hides a danger. If the wing is rigid and still the car slides, the issue isn't with the rules, it's deeper. It's in the chassis, the suspension, or even the design philosophy itself, because stability doesn't lie. And if the SF25 still feels unpredictable, then the problem was never the rules. It was in the DNA. And Ferrari will have to face that truth in front of the world. Hamilton doesn't need to say much. His silence speaks volumes. In Monaco, he looked restrained. Now in Barcelona, he finally gets the upgraded front wing. Same setup as Leclerc, same car, same battlefield. And that's where it gets dangerous. This isn't just a hardware test, it's psychological warfare. If Hamilton feels connected, if he trusts the front end, if the radio stays quiet, he wins the unspoken round. Because when Hamilton finds flow, he becomes lethal. But if the clerk outpaces him again, doubts creep in. Is Ferrari giving equal ground, or has Charles already molded the SF25 around his style? This wing was designed to erase instability. If it works for Lewis, message received. The car was waiting for him. But if not, if he still fights it, then we're not just watching a technical test. We're witnessing a deeper conflict, one that could decide who Ferrari really believes in. McLaren said it was no big deal, but their silence says otherwise. They tested a reinforced front wing in IMA, far from the spotlight, then they downplay the effect. Minimal difference or a strategic cover-up before Barcelona exposes the truth. Lando Norris has been on fire. But what if that pace was riding on aero flexibility? With the new FIA rules in place, every team is now forced into honesty. And McLaren might not like what that honesty reveals. Ferrari didn't bring a full package for a reason. They're waiting to watch others stumble. If McLaren suddenly loses balance, struggles with rear grip, or sees delta times drop, Ferrari wins without even passing them. This is more than technical adaptation. It's political. If McLaren's performance dips, it confirms they played on the edge or over it. And in that case, the real winner of Barcelona won't be the fastest car. It'll be the one that didn't flinch when the rules changed. Barcelona isn't the climax, it's the prologue. The new FIA regulations didn't just alter aerodynamics, they stripped F one of its disguises. No more flex, no more gray zones. The front wing has become the lie detector, and Ferrari brought their answer. One part, one test, one message. If the SF25 finds balance, stability, and pace, it confirms everything. Ferrari was playing the long game, building for the post-flexi era. But if it fails, they've wasted a chance to strike when rivals were exposed. This isn't about speed anymore. It's about truth. Because now, we'll know who built a car and who built a trick. And for Hamilton, it's even more. This may be his moment. The instant he finally feels the Ferrari respond, finally sees the future he came for. Barcelona won't decide the title, but it will decide who walks into the second half of 2025 with answers. And who's left chasing ghosts? Because the real race now isn't on the track. It's for clarity. So now the veil is off. Ferrari brought only a front wing. But maybe that's all they ever needed. Hamilton looks sharper, the car more stable, and Barcelona gave us answers the paddock isn't ready to admit. But now it's your turn. Was this Ferrari's hidden plan all along? Did McLaren and Red Bull rely too much on flexi tricks? And most of all, do you think this is the real start of Hamilton's comeback? Let us know in the comments. Is the SF25 finally unlocked, or is this just another illusion waiting to crack? Drop your theory. We read everything. No PR spin, just truth. And if you believe the real stories of Formula One live in the shadows, hit like, share, and subscribe because this was only the beginning.